Welcome back to the channel where we dive into the vibrant and electric era of the 1980s. Today we're taking you on a trivia journey through the decade's groundbreaking moments, from iconic movies to revolutionary tech. Buckle up for a nostalgic ride. Who performed the title track to the '85 James Bond movie A View to Kill? Madonna, Duran Duran, Whitney Houston, The Police. Duran Duran. What was the highest grossing movie from the 1980s? Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, Raiders of the Lost Ark, E.T., Back to the Future. It was E.T. Which video game released in the 80s is credited for popularizing the platform game genre? Super Mario Bros., Donkey Kong, Space Invaders, or Pac-Man? Donkey Kong. Introduced by Nintendo in 1981, this game not only popularized the platform genre, but also marked the first appearance of Mario, one of the most iconic characters in video game history. In what year did MTV launch? 1981, 1980, 1982, or 1983? (1980). Which of these products was not introduced in the 1980s? The Rubik's Cube, the first Apple Macintosh, Sony Walkman, Microsoft Windows? The Sony Walkman. Released in '79, the Walkman revolutionized the way people listen to music, making it possible to enjoy music personally and portable for the first time. Who wrote the best-selling novel It, which was later adapted into a television miniseries in the 1990s? Stephen King, Dean Koontz, Clive Barker, Anne Rice. It was Stephen King. Which of the following fashion trends was not popular in the 80s? Shoulder pads, neon collars, low-rise jeans, leg warmers. Low-rise jeans. The 1980s saw the rise of which influential technology company? Google, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft. It was Microsoft. What was the original name of the band's Red Hot Chili Peppers? Tony Flo and the Miraculous Majestic Masters of Mayhem, Atomic Bomb, Chili Willy and the Red Hot Peppers, Hot Chili. Tony Flo and the Miraculous Majestic Masters of Mayhem. Which country won the FIFA World Cup in 1982? Brazil, Italy, Germany, Argentina. It was Italy. Which 80s TV series featured a car named Kit? Knight Rider, The A-Team, Magnum P.I., Miami Vice. Knight Rider. Which artist had a hit in 1984 with Like a Virgin? Cyndi Lauper, Madonna, Whitney Houston, or Tina Turner? Madonna. The Chernobyl disaster, one of the worst nuclear accidents in history, occurred in which year? 82, 84, 86, or 88? 1986. What was the first ever video played on MTV? Thriller by Michael Jackson, Like a Virgin by Madonna, Video Killed the Radio Star by The Bugles, Money for Nothing, Dire Straits. Video Killed the Radio Star by The Bugles. Who was elected president in 1980? Jimmy Carter, Gerald Ford, Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush. Ronald Reagan. Before his presidency, Reagan was a Hollywood actor and the governor of California. His administration was marked by significant events like the end of the Cold War. Which of these movies was not released in the 80s? Ghostbusters, The Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction. Which car was famously used as a time machine in Back to the Future? A Ford Mustang, a Camaro, a DeLorean, a Pontiac Firebird. It was the DeLorean. Which of these was a popular children's toy introduced in the 80s? Cabbage Patch Kids, Barbie doll, G.I. Joe, Teddy Ruxpin. Cabbage Patch Kids. Who is known for the famous line, "I'll be back," in the '84 film The Terminator? Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis, Tom Cruise. It's of course Arnold Schwarzenegger. What's the name of the space shuttle that tragically exploded shortly after launch in 1986? Atlantis, Endeavour, Challenger, Discovery. Challenger. Which country hosted the 1988 Summer Olympics? United States, Soviet Union, South Korea, Japan. South Korea. Which of these bands is not associated with the British invasion in the 1980s? The Cure, The Smiths, Duran Duran, Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin. Which groundbreaking product did Apple introduce in 1984? The iPod, the iPhone, the MacBook, the Macintosh personal computer. The Macintosh personal computer. Sally Ride became the first American woman in space aboard which space shuttle? Challenger, Columbia, Discovery, Endeavour. Challenger. Which movie did not feature Tom Cruise in the 1980s? Top Gun, Risky Business, Rain Man, Jerry Maguire. Jerry Maguire. What was the best-selling video game console in the 1980s? Sega Genesis, Nintendo, Atari, Commodore 64. The Nintendo. Which 1984 movie introduced the world to the phrase, "Who you gonna call"? Ghostbusters, Gremlins, The Never-Ending Story, A Nightmare on Elm Street. Ghostbusters. Who you gonna call? This phrase became so iconic that it's still widely recognized today, decades after the film's release. The Ghostbusters theme song, written by Jay Parker Jr., became a hit partly due to this catchy line. Who won the Oscar for Best Actress in 1987 for her role in Moonstruck? Meryl Streep, Sally Field, Cher, Glenn Close. Cher. What's the name of Billy's dog in the 1984 sci-fi horror flick Gremlins? Bosco, Bruiser, Buddy, Barney. It's Barney. Which toy became a massive craze and was often used for competitions in the 80s? A yo-yo, Rubik's Cube, Cabbage Patch Kids, Transformers. The Rubik's Cube. The last time it came, the dinosaurs disappeared is a tagline for which sci-fi movie? Blade Runner, Alien, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Night of the Comet. Night of the Comet. Who became the first woman US Supreme Court Justice in 1981? Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Sandra Day O'Connor, Cher, Elaine Kagan. Sandra Day O'Connor. Which band released the hit song Don't Stop Believing in 1981? Queen, Aerosmith, Journey, U2. Journey. Released in 1981, this song became an anthem for hope and perseverance, gaining popularity well beyond the 80s and being featured in numerous movies, TV shows and sporting events. Who was the British Prime Minister throughout most of the 80s, known for conservative policies? Margaret Thatcher, John Major, Tony Blair, Harold Wilson. Margaret Thatcher. Which movie released in '86 featured a character named Maverick? Top Gun, Lethal Weapon, The Karate Kid, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Top Gun. The character Pete Maverick Mitchell, played by Tom Cruise, became a symbol of 1980s cinema, embodying the era's themes of bravery, independence, and the thrill of flight. And that's a wrap for our 80s trivia adventure. If you enjoyed exploring these iconic moments and facts with us, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more blasts from the past.